Hello BookTube, Books with Thanks back again with another video. Today I'm going to do a real quick TBR for the month of January. I want to start this year giving a plan or a kind of a TBR every month, and then I'll do a video at the end of every month kind of recapping and seeing how faithful or like how much I stuck to the plan that I set out for, where I might have deviated, any other fun books that might have come up along the way. But for right now, I'm looking to read about 5 or 6 different things this month. I know some of those are a little shorter, but yeah, without any further ado, let's get into it. So first and foremost, I mentioned in one of my previous videos that for Christmas I got this Swords and Deviltry, book 1 of Fritz Lieber's Fafford and Grey Mouser, collections of the stories that Lieber wrote about these two sword and sorcery heroes. And it opens with one vignette, then a novella, then a short story, and then another novella. I've just finished the vignette and the first novella, so I have about half of this left to go. It's pretty short though. I'll finish this pretty quickly here. And I hope to do a video kind of going over this. Also, from what I understand, this was a big influence on Stephen Erickson's Malazan series, so I might do a video kind of talking about that and where it might be more or less apparent that Erickson was inspired by these characters and Lieber's writing style. So yeah, that's number 1, is to finish this shorter collection called Swords and Deviltry. Then I've been talking a little about recently how I want to get a little more into manga, and this month I plan on reading the first 3 volumes of Berserk. I'm really excited to get into these. And if I understand correctly, in these 3 volumes, this covers and maybe goes a little beyond even the first kind of shortest Black Swordsman arc. So yeah, that's my main goal, is to read these to try and make sure I get through that one. Again, from what I understand, apparently shorter opening arc to this manga. And as I go, I'll probably have some videos about how much I'm enjoying the story. Also some videos maybe about whether or not, or like things I might be struggling with more or not so much with the manga kind of format. But yeah, I'm really excited to get into these. That was number 2. Then I just finished up at in December 2022. I finished listening to Dune and Dune Messiah on audiobook. I had read both of those maybe a decade or so ago, so I needed a bit of a refresher before continuing on further in the series, and one of my coworkers was kind enough to give me the first 3 audiobooks. However, I'm not too comfortable experiencing the story like for the first time on audiobook, so having kind of caught myself up with the audiobooks of those first 2, now this month I'm ready to get into book 3, Children of Dune. I'm really excited to read this and be able to finally understand some of my coworkers' references to what happens to the twins and some of these other characters that I'm guessing are going to play a really big part here. Children of Dune by Frank Herbert. That's the kind of third main thing I want to focus on. Then, for a little bit more of a nerdy kind of entry, for Christmas I was gifted this basically like textbook, narrative theory, Unbound, Queer and Feminist Interventions, and for this month I'm not planning to read through the whole thing, but it is divided into like 5 parts with 4 articles each, and I am going to read part 1, or I'm going to read the introduction and part 1, and I'll be going through annotating this. I'll try to make some videos, maybe not specifically about these articles, but tying things I'm learning in these articles into my analysis of everything else I'm reading over the course of this month and everything that I've read so far. But yeah, just for January, just this first section, and part 1 is Narrative Discourse Unbound, is its kind of subtitle. Really looking forward to that. Then I really loved my first journey into Terry Pratchett's Sir Terry Pratchett's Discworld, and that was with Mort, and I honestly can't wait to continue with the Death character and continue to kind of get into the wider Discworld universe by focusing at first on the stories that have to do with death. So I'll be reading Reaper Man, the second book published in Discworld, that really, like, from what I understand, pertains to the character of Death himself. Really looking forward to that. And then last but not least, in this one, I couldn't wait to get started, and I'm already about 60 pages in because it's been on my TBR for a while. I'm not exactly sure why I haven't started it yet. If you've seen any of my videos before, usually you can see in the background a big series right here that almost looks like it's in like a prominent position for any videos I'm doing. However, I haven't really talked that much about it. But this is, of course, or I'm talking, of course, about continuing my journey reading Janny Wurts' amazing fantasy works. So far I've read her standalone book, The Master of Whitestorm, and then I read book one in, which is right here, book one in her large 11-book epic, Wars of Light and Shadow. Book one being Curse of the Mistwraith. I read that a couple years ago, and now it's finally time for me to start Arc 2, which consists of book 2 and book 3, which is still up there. But this is Ships of Marior. I imagine I'll burn through this one pretty quickly. Already 60 pages in. I'm really, really hooked. And it's just, I honestly, I didn't know that I missed a lot of the characters in this as much as I did until I started back up again. And yeah, I forgot how lyrical her writing style is, and how much how much I enjoyed my time reading that first one. It's just been a while. But yeah, loving Ships of Marior so far. So if things might be a little fuzzy on if I'll get through everything else I talked about in this video, fear not. Any Janny Wurts fans or Wars of Light and Shadow fans in particular, I definitely intend to get through this. If not sometime in the next weekend, then no further than like the first couple weeks of the month. And then I'll, of course, have a review on this book by that time. All that said, these 5 or 6 different things I'm planning to read, I'm really excited to get into them. If anyone's read these books before, or is maybe thinking about picking up any of these this year as well, I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. If you haven't already, it would really mean a lot if you could like and subscribe. Thank you, as always, so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye.